I definitely feel like there is a need for more stories, and in every context, the more types of stories we get to put out there, the more types of realities people will be able to empathize with. Hi, I'm Romi and I'm a theatre maker. I'm an artist and I am also confused. I do many things and it's very hard when people say questions like, what do you do? Where are you from? Or things like this, that usually it's normal that you would have like the one standard, typical, quick answer. For me it's always like, well, you know, I do a lot of things and I am a bit of a mess. Like if I had to define myself, like define yourself in one word, I think I'm a bit of a mess, but a good mess, and I like mess. My work and everything I do kind of focus on inclusion, diversity, which are right now very fashionable in buzzwords, which is good in a way. I've been doing this for the past few years, just because I felt like the way I was seen sometimes just didn't fit in one box only, you know, as many different things, as I said. And so there was maybe a place for this one thing, a place for this other thing, and I didn't see how all of these things could work together. So what I'm trying to do within my work in every single thing I do, so when I work with theatre, when I work with festival, when I work with writing, when I work as an artist in the community or artist in schools as well, my focus is always about diversity. And also I feel like just because I do this work, it's already about diversity because I'm different, you know what I mean? Visibility is another buzzword, you know, and again, it comes from me and from wanting to be seen myself, you know, as I say. In a way, it's an endurance or something that I felt in the past that gave me an extra challenge to be seen, to be heard, and then at the same time I feel like, oh, it's actually giving me an extra push, because when I watch the telly, when I see various things in which art's happening, I'm like, it's not the way I would portray that, it's not the way I see it, it's not my reality, it's not my life. So what I try to do is to show how other types of lives also in an Irish context or in a cultural context happen, develop, and how we can also be funny and we have different, you know, humor. One of the things that I really enjoy is to make people laugh and to make people cry. I think they're important things because it's a little bit of a release to laugh, to be able to laugh, but also to be able to cry. And sometimes we find it very hard, you know, we hold on to these emotions. So through clowning, most of my clowning is actually making people cry more than but because it's a lot on eye contact, connection, and sometimes people get so freaked out by eye contact. Making people cry, making people laugh is what I love, and I try to do it in many different ways. And also different people that are from different backgrounds. People that wouldn't otherwise particularly maybe hang out. For me, when they find themselves in the same room and they're laughing at the same time, my mission is accomplished. Also when they're crying. I definitely feel like there is a need for more stories, you know, and in every context, when it comes to comedy, when it comes to television, when it comes to theatre, for sure, the more types of stories we get to put out there, the more types of realities people will be able to empathize with. And so I guess one of the big words that is important for me is empathy, and another one of the big words that is important for me is prejudice. Yeah, so it's okay to have prejudice. Let's start there. Prejudice is actually a human reaction to an unknown situation that somehow gives a little bit of fear, gives a little bit of like, when we find ourselves with a prejudice about anyone, if we want to walk the other side of the road because we think that person may be drunk, that person may be dangerous, it's okay. But at the same time, I think we need empathy. In my reality, to try to show that everyone has a motivation, everyone has a background, everyone has, you know, a path to bring them somewhere. It also helps, you know, then in real life be less of a person that is judgmental with others, but also remember this, when you're judgmental with others, you're judgmental with yourself. So most of the times you just put it out there like, that's happening, but then when you look, which I think what theater does, you know, hold the mirror back at you and say, okay, this is what's happening out here, what's happening in there, you know, and that's why I like that feeling of, let me sit with this and see how I feel about this and why I feel about this, etc.